I've always had a thing for cliches. So when I walked into a coffee shop in Manhattan just this past week, clutching my copy of Pride and Prejudice, and I met you, and you asked for my number when you gave me my receipt, my first thought is, I should have known. I should have known that this would be trouble, because this reckless, wild thing has always pointed to my chest and said home. Maybe it is disability that I have this metal heart and keep wanting to shove it into electric sockets. Maybe I am just a kid looking at this electric socket like a kid who's been told no too many times. You and I have both been told no too many times. You and I have said no and had it not taken seriously. Maybe it's time we stop saying no. And I've always had a thing for cliches, so when I found out you were a photographer living in Brooklyn, my first thought was, I should have known. When I saw your stupid hipster-ass haircut, I should have known. And maybe it's some sort of disability that every time I see something I can't have, I only want it more. Maybe it's some sort of disability that every time I see you, I have tunnel vision. Maybe this 20/20 vision isn't as good as I always thought it was. Maybe loving you is like Manhattan skylines has never looked so much like jungle, has never looked so much like romance, like romantic, like pastoral, like Pride and Prejudice. I still haven't finished reading Pride and Prejudice. I probably would have finished that day in your coffee shop if you had left me alone so I could just read Pride and Prejudice. Asking for girls' numbers is a stupid thing to do. Statistically speaking, thinking that love works out is a stupid thing to do. In the wise words of a now somewhat irrelevant country singer, Brad Paisley, if love was a plane, no one would get on. Maybe it is disability that we do the same thing over and over and expect different results. Oh wait, that's insanity. Who said that? Albert Einstein. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because I can only see you. I only have tunnel vision for you, and maybe loving you is like, I've never done anything this reckless. Maybe loving you is like, I've never done anything this fast. I've never run this fast. When we ran together through 12 blocks of Times Square traffic, jumping through cars, bumper to bumper, because I thought that this Broadway show that I had accidentally won a ticket to started at 8, but it actually started at 7, and I didn't want to miss the opening number, and I thought I was fucked, but you grabbed my hand and you said, we can do this together, and maybe the fact that I believed you is some sort of disability. I don't know, but all I know is that I'm afraid that you're going to be the one who gets away. The one who I don't get to see again. I have this plane ticket clutched in my hand, bound for Charlotte Douglas. I left on Thursday. I haven't been home in 4 months. Are you going to be the one who gets away? How can you be, when I'm the one who's leaving?
Rachel Carroll. All right, judges, give Rachel